Share the live, guys. Share the live.
Share the live. Come in, come in, come in.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, welcome. Okay, when we see one person, then we're going to start.
Okay, sounds good.
It's 8 o'clock.
You got two followers, Khadija and Desma. I don't know if you saw them follow you, but they want to watch the episode.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So once they follow, automatically they get a message.
Yeah, I think so because the page is open.
Correct, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Avril, good night, good night.
Good night, Avril.
All right.
All right.
So let's start.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to another day of
Motivational
Motivational Monday.
Okay.
Each one teach one. So
Yes.
we're going to start off with our prayer.
Yes.
Heavenly Father, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you for this opportunity to be on this forum where we are all able to just speak to one another, teach one another, and be here to support one another. Father God, we pray for those who cannot pray for themselves. We pray for those who are here and far. And we just thank you for all of the love, the support, and a continued affection. In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Amen, and amen. And I just want to say, our goal is to educate and empower anyone regardless of race, culture, ethnicity, or faith, struggling with an assortment of life adversities. We believe education enlightens dark paths less traveled and liberates a sense of hopelessness. We believe the safety of transparency illuminates and activates the true meaning of caring, sharing, unveil, and emancipation wholeness. Our goal sessions are designed to introduce our midst of information, life topics that surrounds individuals, our families, communities, and nation. Your contribution is in uplifting and supporting others in their struggle will be appreciated. I assure you that Motivational Monday with Philla and Philla will continue to provide the highest standard of service and comfort to our conversation exceeds your expectation. Achieving the highest quality remains our constant mission. This platform, as you can see, this is our mission statement, and we just want to continue to say, we mean everything in our mission statements. All right. So, yeah. Word of the day.
Word of the day is repartee. Repartee is a conversation or speech characterized by quick, with witty comments or replies. So, a sentence that you can use the word repartee is, he had a quick mind and a splendid gift of repartee. Repartee is someone who is very witty, someone who's quick at it, and they're thinking fast and they're speaking fast. So, we all should be repartee.
Yes. And guys, we want to say thank you so much for continuing to watch Motivational Monday, where each one teach one. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for giving us topics that you would like to hear.
Yep.
Right? And we just want to be here to strengthen each one. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday! May God bless you to see many, many more. And if you had a birthday past weekend gone or upcoming, happy birthday. All right?
Hey.
Anthony, no song. Okay, no song.
No sound.
Okay, hold on.
Fantastic. Thank you, Anthony.
It's up.
Our producer.
A moment.
All right.
Bring your head. Maybe I'll just raise a little bit.
Okay, go ahead. Pick on the side. Those are the ones that thing with my mouth. You have it?
Yeah.
You want me to put this in there?
And yeah, this side there.
Okay. Is this something you always have to do?
Right there. Yeah, this way.
Right here. Okay.
Move, watch your hand.
Okay.
Shadrack say he's hearing.
Okay, all right. Shadrack, you hearing us? Okay, great. Okay, so there we have song now. Okay. When you're live, anything this happen. All right?
That's what the live
All right. So remember, we are not doctors, guys. We're going to give you a health tip. And I think every woman, in the late 40s, 50s, 60s go through it. So I'm just going to touch on hot flashes. Your doctor usually diagnoses hot flashes based on a description of your symptoms. Your doctor might suggest blood tests to check whether you are in menopause transition. Treatment. The most effective way to relieve the discomfort of hot flashes is to take estrogen. Again, those of you that don't believe in taking tablets, trust me, it helps. You know? So again, if you're having any discomfort with hot flashes, you can take estrogen. But taking this hormone carries risk. If estrogen is appropriate for you and you start it within 10 years of your last menstrual cycle or before the age of 60, the benefits can be greater than the risk. Medications such as antidepressants and anti-seizure drugs also might help reduce hot flashes, although they are less effective than hormones. Discuss the pros and cons of various treatments with your doctor. If hot flashes don't interfere with your life, you probably don't need treatment. Hot flashes subside gradually for most women, even without treatment, but it can take several years for them to stop. Hormone therapy. Estrogen is the primary hormone used to reduce hot flashes. Most women who have had a hysterectomy can take estrogen alone. But if you still have your uterus, you should take the progesterone with estrogen to protect against cancer of the lining of the uterus. With either regimen, the therapy need to be tailored to your need. Guidelines using the smallest effective dose of symptoms control. How long you use the treatment depends on the balance of your risk and benefits from hormone therapy. The goal is to optimize your quality of life. Some women who take pre-estrogen with estrogen and therapy experience progesterone-related side effects for women who can tolerate oral progesterone. A combination drugs of benzoyl with congenerated estrogen is also approved for treating menopausal symptoms. Like proestrogen, taking benzoyl with estrogen may help you avoid the increased risk of endometrial cancer from estrogen alone. So the benefit must also protect your bones. If you had or are at risk of breast or endometrial cancer, heart disease, stroke, or blood clot, talk to your doctor about whether estrogen therapy is right for you. Low dose of Paradigm is also non-hormonal treatment from hot flashes approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Other antidepressants that have been used to treat hot flashes includes venlafaxine,
Yes.
Paronexine, Cetalamo, and Exalapom.
Okay.
Yeah. These medications aren't as effective as hormone therapy for several hot flashes, but they can be helpful to women who can use hormone. Possible side effects include nausea, difficulty sleeping or drowsiness, weight gain, dry mouth, or sexual dysfunction. Other medication that might offer relief for some women includes Giprodin, Gastrin other as an anti-seizure medicine that moderately effective in reducing hot flashes. Side effects can include drowsiness, dizziness, water retention in the limbs, and fatigue. So we have the best thing to do is to talk to your doctor, especially about when you're going through it. And sometimes I know people 35, 40 go
It
through
starts early.
premenopausal, and it starts very early.
Right.
And sometimes I think hot countries tend to make you sweat.
Yes,
You know, and you have
yes.
to change your clothes.
A
Some
lot
people
more.
have it worse than some.
Right.
And I know especially a lot of women now facing it, and it's a struggle for them.
It is.
So please see a doctor, and please be open to taking something that helps you. That's why they are called doctors. Okay?
Well, I
So-
wanted to just comment on this actually. So I've experienced it or have already. I'm actually post menopausal.
Right.
The last menopause, the last period I had was in May
Okay, last year.
last year.
Yes.
Right. So this May it won't be there.
Yes.
But for me, I was going through the hot flashes. It's just like an internal heat where
Yes.
you feel like your body is going through combustion, and then one minute you're hot, next minute
Then
you're
you're
cold.
cold.
I did not take any estrogen. I kind of just let it rock naturally.
Right.
But I think now it's starting to subside. I don't really feel those effects as much.
Right.
But I think, like Phyllis mentioned, some people experience it, more harsh,
Than
repercussions than some. So you know your body best, and again, see your doctor.
Yes, I mean, I too went through it, but I'm 2 years now strong, and but I did take
Okay.
estrogen. I did it like for 6 months and then stopped because yes, at nights you feel hot, some nights you feel cool. It's different. Some people it different. Everybody goes
Everybody's
through it different.
Yes.
But speak to a doctor, see what works for you, and see if you can get help.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going into part 2 of our discussion.
Yes, the nitty gritty.
Yes. So last week we started our discussion where we said our topic is would you let your partner do whatever they want?
to do.
All right. So I have a panel tonight. We have Kwan with us,
Yes.
and we have Dane, and we have Afyia is not here yet, right?
Right.
Okay. So we're here, guys, so we could get different perspective on our discussion. Hi, Jovan. Good night to everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Again, thank you. Send your situation, send your comments. Let us know. Join in our conversation because last week,
It was
just
hot.
a rundown, it was hot. We had 498 people, nearly 500 watch Motivational Monday. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Like and share the page, please. Share the page, share the page.
Yes, we have a lot to
Giovanna saying
offer.
good night, Dane.
Good night, good night. I would like to actually, for those who did not see it or needs a reminder, we should definitely read that the article of the
Okay.
guy. That's what I was
All right.
actually looking
Looking
for.
for? Okay,
Yes.
all right, yes.
I'll chat if you find it before I do. That
Yeah.
would be great.
Okay, so we're going to read the article. Let me get it, Philla. From what he had said. And I bring it to my crew because we have a group chat. And it was so interesting of what he said. All right?
Right. Okay.
Okay, so, look at here.
Okay,
All
so
right.
we're gonna start off. This is just a reminder so that we know where we can
So
continue.
we can, yeah.
Okay, so it says, let your partner do whatever they want to do. This roundtable discussion with friends, last week we didn't have enough time to get your input, so in this Motivational Monday, we're going to continue this discussion. So,
Yes.
so the article starts with,
Yes.
let your partner do what they want to do. Yes, I mean that literally. If your partner wants to stay out all night, you should want them to, if they want to be on social media flirting with the opposite sex. Doing or don't get in the way. And if he or she wants to have sex with other people, accept it. Now, how else will you know who your partner truly is if you don't allow them to do what they really want to do all the time? Hell, you should encourage it. Does that mean you stay once you observe their behavior? Of course not. That's where choices come into play. That's why it's critical that you allow people to be their authentic selves to determine if you're compatible or not. Now, both men and women are guilty of trying to transform the expectations of their partners instead of being determined to cultivate the best version of the relationship wherever it leads them. So, talk to me. Share your desires and fantasies. I might be okay with you flirting with other people, having a relationship outside of ours, or even having another sex partner. Hell, I don't know until I'm presented with it. None of us should want to be in a relationship where our partner is suppressing who they are or what they really want to do. My attitude is, be your true self, let me see her, and then I'll measure what you are offering to determine if you are worth me considering another version of our relationship or not. Instead of endlessly dismantling relationships because our partners want to do something with someone else, focus on creating a partnership to, focus on foraging a relationship so dope that they'll never make a decision that diminishes what you have. And that should be the only measure of whether you're okay with someone's conduct. Does it take away from your connection with that person, or does it add something? Not whether it makes you uncomfortable.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so what Jovan saying, then you can read what Jovan saying.
Mm-hmm.
Jovan say, who is that man next to you?
All right, so we wanted to have a panel and
Right.
to hear other people's opinion, because last week, boy oh boy, it was hot.
It was.
So we can just run through a few things that we'll talk about. They talk about, we had some viewers talking about their spouse cheating on them.
Correct.
We had some viewers that know other couples that living together and is not sexually active,
right.
and just living for living's sake, whether it be financially, the children,
Right.
whatever situation.
Right.
Then we had another viewer who said that she put her SIM card into the boyfriend's phone.
I love that one.
And the woman called and she told the woman, yeah, I'm his sister, so you can go ahead and tell me whatever. And the woman spilled the beams
Right.
on him being cheated. That's how she found out
The
her
SIM
husband.
card is gangster, man. Gotta teach me.
Yeah. So so those were
Right.
some of the things. So
Right.
Lisa, if you're on, we would like to hear part 2,
We wanna
please.
hear
Dwayne,
part 2, Lisa.
come on, we here because you want it. So we said
We're gonna
do it once again. Good night, Lima. Hope you feel better. Once again, thank you guys for locking in,
right.
and let's go. So Kwan,
Okay.
you have any what do you have to say about the topic, listening to what this gentleman had put up?
I don't listen. I respect anybody who I can't tell nobody what to do in their own relationships or anything like that. Personally, me, I wouldn't let my woman just do anything she want to do, because she's gonna take advantage of that. If you let them do whatever they want to do, it's no really turning back. Once she already doing what she want to do, is like she's gonna control a relationship. It's basically that she's gonna be wearing the pants and you're not. So, I say, like, for me personally, I had a situation like that where I was with my youngest son mother, and there's a lot of things with her that I worried about. Like the smallest little things wind up being the biggest thing. So I didn't let her do what she wanted to do, but I was bothered by the things that she was doing. She was close to a friend of the family and things like that, and they wound up sleeping together and all that other stuff. So it's not that I didn't, and she always was like, oh, why you always feel away? Why you always feel away? Why you always feel away? And I always was like,
So you're not open with having your woman doing whatever?
No.
Okay, all right.
Well,
But we had to say, in some relationships now, Kwan, let's say for instance you have diabetes and you cannot perform properly, or men have problems with sexual dysfunction, or let's say if you are in a car accident and let's say you're paralyzed from waist down, right? So would you be open to someone satisfying your partner? Let's talk about it in that context. It don't have to be necessary cheating.
I wouldn't. Now let me not say I wouldn't feel away, but I would understand.
So you will be open to that.
I would understand.
You'll understand.
I understand. I ain't open, but I understand.
So you rather know than or don't know.
I'd rather know than.
You see, so you're open to it.
That's what you want to call it.
Yes, we want to call it like that
We wanna
because
call it
yeah,
like that.
yeah, we want to call
You
it
wanna
like
call
that.
it like that? Yeah. So
Yeah, you'll be open to it if you know you're not performing
I'll
properly.
performing properly, yeah.
Right.
But you know, you
That's
also got-
that's fair.
you
That's
also
fair.
got-
That's fair, Kwan. Dane, let's hear your perspective on it.
I'm not open to that.
All right.
Okay. In what context may I ask?
And why?
And why?
Females are normally jealous species,
Mhm.
right? I feel, especially if you're married and you stay for better or worse, till that do us part, you have to maintain your vows. You have to understand when things is not going your way. Sex is not everything in a relationship.
But it's really important.
It is important, but then you have to learn to understand as well. So
Exactly.
if you saying, me personally, I have to grow to accept that. Right now, I can't accept that.
Okay, pause. They want to know to ask you if you will watch. Kwan.
Watch what? Watch what? Yeah, I watch. with something that I
They say
got in my
ask him
closet.
if he will watch.
With something in my
If he-
closet.
Yeah.
I watch something.
Anthony is saying, hell no, I
Okay.
agree with Dane.
Okay. All right. See.
Please ask him that.
All right. Was this marriage or is it dating? See, you have to put things in context.
Well, we're
too.
just talking about generalization.
Okay. Does it make a difference?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
So tell me
so
why.
tell-
Like
Explain.
Dane
Okay,
said,
so
for
tell us.
like Dane said, for better or worse. So if I'm handicapped or
So
I
if you
can't
if you're in
perform,
a committed relationship,
right? If I'm performing and I can't perform, that's your duty to make sure that you don't go out there and do anything else. Now I know it's my duty to make sure you feel good,
Right.
but when you put in them vows, that's for better or worse.
but do you know there's other things that you could use?
Yes, so you have toys also.
Okay.
So y'all women, I know you might not use toys or anything like that.
Some women are not open to use toys. Some women old school. We have the old school woman.
Yeah, listen,
we have the old
listen,
school woman who
listen.
don't even know what a dildo is. I'm
Yo,
just saying.
Yo, listen, Google.
Sheldon Braffett. Okay,
Okay.
great conversation. What is the question?
Okay, the question is, Sheldon, would you allow your partner to do whatever they want to do? And the idea is, if your partner is able to do what they really want to do, that's the only way you're able to really tell if you're compatible, if that partner is being the truest version of themselves, and if you're able to get along in that situation.
Yes.
So,
Donada is saying there is multiple ways to pleasure.
okay,
I agree.
Yes.
right.
Right.
But what about the person who living with someone for 9 years and not having sex? Tell me about that.
Right.
9 years.
It-
Yes.
it's definitely.
There are
definitely-
there are a lot of marriages
I know
that
not
they
much.
live
That's
together
It's
That's
sexless
long.
marriage.
and they have
Definitely the two
sexless.
parts-
My parents.
Definitely the two partners, unless they're a certain age.
Right.
Definitely the two.
They have
partners
young
is
people
on the
living
outside.
like that too, Dane.
Definitely.
Listen,
the
I
two
feel
people
like
is
this.
outside.
I feel like this. If you're with somebody, right, and you don't go through that long stretch to where you're just not having sex, I feel like somebody in the relationship is having sex.
Well,
Mostly the
I
men.
have
Mostly
to
the men.
disagree
Listen,
with
they're
both,
gonna be bashing the
all
man.
of you.
They're gonna be bashing the man. Women too.
Okay, she disagrees.
I
Yeah.
disagree.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a couple of ideas about what this relationship status would be. Okay, so I was in a long-term committed relationship for 13 years, and he was barely around.
Right.
And because we were not sexually active often, I didn't necessarily crave it with anybody else, because it's like, if you don't get it, it's like out of sight, out of mind.
Mine, yeah.
And I think I had to put myself in that position so I would not step outside.
Right.
Let me put it that way. And I remember growing up, my parents always had separate rooms. I think my mom expressed to me that the last time my father had sex with her, I was 5 years old. So they lived and they continued to still stay married. Now, I believe my mom stayed faithful. My dad, of course, did not.
Right.
But she just got used to that. She wanted a partnership. She did not want to die alone.
Right.
It was more important for her to still have a partner, where a companionship, than for her to physically be sexually active.
Right.
So
Right.
there are sexless marriages,
Yes.
and there are more of it than not.
Yes.
It's not all the time that is very sex driven.
Exactly. And that's what you guys have to understand. All that you see glitter is not gold.
Correct.
There are people who are, and I know of people who are in relationship that is sexless.
Right.
They're there, they've been there for years,
Yes.
and they do
And they
not,
still committed,
they,
too.
They
It
committed.
doesn't always mean that
they
they're
committed.
stepping out.
And look, last week we had our friend said she know of a couple like that.
Right.
They live together, right? And she said after a while, is the man went out or the woman went
Right,
out? One of
right,
them went out, but
right.
anyhow,
But it
they
was
lived.
after a long
Time.
period, right?
Yeah.
And I have a friend who, the husband and the friend are not sexually active. My friend is sexually active, but the husband is not. But it's like it was more important that they have a companionship, like, and that's
Ophelia,
key.
How do you know that the man is not? How do you know that?
Because of the habits, like coming home at the same time every day, only watching sports. They sleep in separate
that don't mean
rooms.
nothing.
It doesn't necessarily mean that that person is actually doing it, because there are also people who are very asexual, where they literally just don't crave the
I agree.
sex. So
Right.
the person is just more saying that he's not saying that, oh hey, openly go have sex with different people.
Right.
He's aware that he's not providing it for his partner.
Right.
So as long as you respect the boundaries, you're
Right.
home on time, you're not taking away anything specifically from me,
Yeah.
then the person was okay with it. And this was a conversation that they had. Now, the reason why I think that this is really important to understand, right? Most people have been cheated on in some form or fashion.
Yes.
Now, I've been cheated on in my previous relationships,
all
and
did, yes.
and the cheating, I would say, crippled me to the point where I literally did not function. Like, couldn't go to work, couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't take care of my children. And I vowed that I would never be in a situation that I will allow a person, a man, to ever cripple me again.
Right.
So I have such a high onus about loyalty, about fidelity, because sex is huge for me. For me to have sex with you, it means a lot. So when people just frivolously just have sex, I don't understand it, because for me, I believe in soul ties. I believe that sex is not something you just do just to do it. Now, that's just my belief. Anybody
Right.
else that doesn't do that, that's
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
So when my partners, my former partners, used to just have sex, I never understood. So not once did you ever think about me to say, hey, you know, Philla would not like this, or this would hurt her. And a lot of them said no. They literally were just thinking of themselves, because at the moment it was available to them. So I had to come to a conclusion that, okay, maybe, because I've left 2 relationships because of cheating. I was like, am I going to continue moving from relationship to relationship just because of cheating? It can't just be the deal breaker anymore.
Right.
Because sometimes some people are just more valuable than the cheating. Like, if you have somebody who's really a great partner, but they did that, does that mean that you walk away from that partner and possibly get with a partner who is worse? I don't know. It's still a question that I ponder with.
He said most men think like that. Donata saying if a man makes you secure enough, sexual urges is the last thing on your mind. Some women crave stability over sexual urges.
Right. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I started to come to this conclusion, and I'm not saying that for me I would do it, but I say I understand this idea of basketball wives, all these women who they know their partners are stepping
Right,
outside,
right.
but they're not willing to walk away from a lifestyle
Right.
of comfort,
Right.
because at the end of the day, the other person wins.
Yes.
So I get that part. Not saying that it's condoned. I'm just saying that's why I think women turn a blind eye.
Right.
Now, for me, I've come to the conclusion, and I have a partner now that I'm committed to, and
Right.
hopefully they're committed to me.
Right.
However, I feel this.
Like,
I feel this.
put your face. I sit here.
I agree with this person to some degree. Let me tell you why. If you are suppressing something and you're in a relationship, then that means that's really you. How is that the best version of yourself if you're suppressing these urges of stepping out?
Right.
If you're looking in the mirror and you're okay with who you are and what you do, then you're okay with who you are and what you do.
Right.
If you're feeling guilty, you should not be doing it. That's at the end of the day, that is for every human being, because there is something called self-preservation. I lack it. I'm getting better, but I'm more comfortable with making my partner and my children be okay, and I suffer. But what happens in that, if that you're not happy, then how do you, one, have people treat you well if you don't know how to treat your own self?
Right.
So this is just years of therapy, years of growing, years of getting hurt for me to come to this conclusion, right?
Right.
So another thing is that the thing with cheating that I have a problem with, that I've always had a problem with, is, one, when you don't know the other person, your mind goes wild.
Right.
You're thinking they're having
Yeah.
wild sex,
Right.
they're traveling the
Traveling.
world,
Yeah. They're
he's
skinny.
just all this crazy. The person is better looking, they're cuter, all this stuff, and then sometimes you find out the person is like, "Ew, this is the person you risked our relationship for." So in that, I say this: if you are with your committed relationship and you're doing it when the person is at work,
Right.
you're not lying to the person saying, "I'm going to work," and you don't go to work. Because now you're taking away from time that you could be spending with your partner,
Right.
time you could be spending with your family, time that you could be committing to making your relationship more spicy,
Right.
to be with someone else.
Right.
But if you're doing this when the person is already at work, you didn't take anything from that person.
Right.
If you come home at 5:15 every single day,
Right.
and you helping with dishes, you helping putting the kids to
Yeah.
bed, what exactly have you really done?
Yeah.
You didn't take anything from that person. So don't get any ideas. So because of that, what have you really taken away? You didn't take away anything. Your life continues to still remain the same. However, you are using your time, not the person's time,
Okay.
to do what you want to do.
Right.
So I had to come to this to say, okay, if I accept this, if God forbid it ever occurred again, it won't cripple me.
Right.
Because who am I to
You
dictate?
get to love yourself
Yes.
more.
Who am I to dictate who you having fun with? I can't dictate that.
And Keisha
So
is
that's
saying,
my idea.
true talk. Love yourself before you love anyone else.
Correct.
Could I respond to something?
Yes,
So
Dane.
you said, like, make an example of the basketball wives. They
Correct.
have all this luxury, so they'd rather be unhappy because of luxury.
I'm not going to call it unhappiness. Maybe there's a part
They're
that's being
crying.
unfilled. Yeah, they
They're
are.
crying.
But if you actually ask them if they're really unhappy, I don't know if they're really
Let me
unhappy.
tell you
They're
something.
just
I don't
losing
think-
some major
I
part.
think personally,
Mhm.
is the little things that does make big things, right?
Mhm.
Right.
I just said that.
Right.
from the
It don't have to
beginning.
be money. The person come home with a rose. They come home with a 99-cent card.
Right.
That is what makes you feel appreciated.
Yes.
You could have all this luxury and all this money, and you're
Yes.
not happy. You're crying yourself to sleep.
Right.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna stay in a situation where I'm so unhappy.
Yes.
I'm crying myself to sleep for comfort. No, that's not. And to show the world that, oh, I'm living this kind of life, and then
Right.
you're unhappy.
And I'm not saying I don't agree with you. I'm saying I can understand why some people, just like some
women
women
do it.
stay
Yeah, they do.
because of kids.
Yeah.
They're not happy, but their kids trump their happiness.
Right.
So I'm saying those women who decide to stay, the luxury trumps their happiness. Because they have access to the American Express Black. They have access to the jet skis. They have access to these things. And they could be now poor and just be in love. Because then again, when they say love don't pay the bills, you be in love, but sometimes you're in love and you end up hating that person too, because it is a thin line between love and hate.
True.
So would you rather than be in that, or be in the situation that you have all those luxuries, but you're not necessarily in love? I don't know what the answer is. I'm not saying that there is a right or wrong. I'm just saying I'm starting to be less subjective
Yeah, it
about
depends
this
on the
now,
individual.
and be
Yeah.
more objective to
I
say,
feel like-
I wonder. That's
I
all
feel
it
like
is.
it's on the
You
individual.
have anything to add, Shadrack? Okay.
I feel like
All
a-
right.
an
So,
individual.
all right, let's go to the panel now.
Okay.
Leslie is saying good night. Okay.
Good night.
Anthony is saying very poor analogy, Philla. I guess it's the way of your thinking. That's why we have a panel, and that's why we have different people.
Yes,
with
Anthony,
different
please
thoughts. All right.
expound.
Sheldon Bradford is saying one of the thing is the macho thing. Most men don't put the other person in their shoes. If you really love your partner, you always think about him or her before you cheat. Biggest pressure sometimes is your friends, sometimes the environment.
Correct.
You in is a killer. Show me your friends and I could tell 80% who they are. Leslian is saying men bring women many gifts and still cheat. Lesbian is saying, what is love? Does your heart flutter when you see the other person? 10 to 1, no. June, good night, everybody. Shadrack, I want to hear your perspective, man. You know, you are the youngest one in this panel tonight, and let's see if we can learn something. What do you think about that?
I understand what Philla is saying, because I think some people, I don't know, it comes down to the person, because some people, to them, they'll be sad in the relationship, but because of the status, they will still stay. But then it gets even deeper, because the guy might be cheating, but the girl also cheating.
Can you give me that? You remember you told me a story? Could you share it with them?
What was the story?
With the Jewish, with the man.
Oh yes, so
okay,
that
thank
actually
you. Yes.
remind me about
Go
this.
ahead.
So, for example, it have, I think, on like, and you know, it could be a money thing, but I think even with the regular people who might not have a lot of money, you have your main piece.
Right.
And then you have your side piece.
Right.
And then your main piece is now like a business. Your main piece understand the purpose of the side piece, and the side piece understand the purpose of the main piece, which the main piece cannot be replaced.
Right.
So in this case, there are men who have wives,
Right.
and the wives, you know, have first priority.
Right.
And they have their girlfriends at the side.
Right.
So, you know, on a Wednesdays, he will say, you know, he working late.
Yes.
And then it's because he really with the girlfriend, and the wife knows that, but she just in La La Land,
Yes.
Lulu.
Yes.
So she
accepted.
She accepted.
but
Yes.
it's almost like a undertone of acceptance, like a contract.
Turn a blind eye.
It's turn a blind eye, where she knows that she would always have the money,
Right.
she have access to him,
Right.
and the side
So
chick have
she
access
cheated?
to, but not.
Not as much.
She not cheating,
So
right?
is the wife cheating?
But I
The
think
wife
I
cheating?
think some wives might cheat.
I'll be cheating.
But I think it's a difference. I think the difference between, like you said, the money and the status and your happiness. So it's either you want the money or the
Okay, so
status, or you want your happiness.
But I think there are people who don't have much money that is do the same thing.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
know.
So I will stay for the money,
You know.
but you cheat and I cheat. So we both happy. I'm happy all the time.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
for
Yes.
me, I had status in my first relationship, right?
Yeah.
Money was not a problem, and I left and went into a strict poverty, poor freaking credit score to somebody
You
who
should
did
have just-
worse than the first
You should
person.
have just cheated.
So for me, it was like, Jesus, like I left to make a point to say, hey, you're not going to dare cheat on me. I'm not going to teach my daughters that this is okay. How dare you cheat on me?
But
I'm
he's
good
still
to you.
He's still doing it?
No. This was my first
But
husband
he's
that I
still
did
doing
it.
it after you left.
We divorced and he moved on, but
Yeah.
I believe he's still, he's faithful. But
But-
what I'm saying is that I left that because of the cheating, and then ended up with somebody who treated me far worse and made me poor.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
But
at least if I had
you
money, I would
wasn't-
have been
you-
okay.
Nobody knows what's gonna happen when you move
No,
forward.
Right.
you're
Nobody
right.
can tell the
But it
future.
makes me wonder: should I have just took
Yeah,
the nonsense?
You can't second
Right.
guess yourself
And have
on
money.
one to nothing. I feel in relationships
But now
like that.
I mean,
This present
in
days.
this generation,
Yes.
you know, in my generation,
Mm-hmm.
now the trend is open relationship,
Thank you. Talk about
which
it.
is now the open.
Common.
That's just
so
now?
like what we just was talking about.
That's
Right.
just now. That been a trend.
Yeah, but he's saying
No,
more
but
now.
no,
The
but
man-
it's
more now
the-
than ever,
the
yeah.
Gen Z or what they
Yeah.
call them, the Gen Zs.
Right.
That's you all are Gen Zs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Well,
Gen
I'm a
Zs.
millennial.
Okay, the
Right.
millennial.
Millennial Gen Z.
Yeah,
Right.
they
Right.
do things different.
Right.
They're not old school like how things were done.
And-
so what he's saying is that more of his friends now
Are
is
just
good
just
with
open.
letting the partner do whatever they
you wanna
want.
do.
How
Right.
they say different strokes for different folks. That's
No,
what
but
it
No.
is.
the contract is you have your main,
Squeeze.
and you know that's very emotional.
That's what
I
people
think
say,
it's
you
how
have to
love
know
people.
yeah,
your lane.
listen,
It's like,
his
that's
analogy
where
is good.
So it's like Dame and I together, and I know she's my emotional love.
Right.
But when you want to have sex, you will go out with somebody else. You get sex there, but then the emotional connection is
It's
not
not
like
there.
Dame and
Gotcha.
I. So
Makes
it's like
sense.
you're dating multiple people.
Right. But
It's
you
kinda
have your
weird,
emotional.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, side people is not how that is
And
anymore.
to piggyback on what you say with your mother and father, back in the days, men might have cheat. The
women
women were
don't.
faithful.
Right. And this
You
is
understand?
for
Right.
years.
Because of kids.
Correct.
You
Right.
understand? So the
Which-
generation is changing.
Which
like
when
what he's
Phyllis
saying.
said you might as well cheat, I did not. That's the problem. I
Right.
stayed and stayed unhappy
Right.
Yes.
and blamed him for
But that
everything
like
when
that
I
really
literally could have stepped out, but I chose not
even
to.
Them
You see what I'm
artists,
saying?
even the artists in the '60s and the '70s and '80s, they used to have babies all over,
Right.
all over, and the wives would stay and treat the babies like
Their
like
own.
their own.
Okay. All right, let's go to the panel now here with Hayden is saying good night, everyone.
Good
Very
night.
interesting topic. Lesbian is saying people stay in relationship for many different reasons. Children, business, and status, money. Keisha is saying you cheat, I cheat too, I am with Dane. June is saying chances are she isn't cheating, but because of the stability, she sticks around. June is also saying there are many women who can't make it on their own, so they stay and deal with it. Now this generation different. Everybody cheating.
Right.
Nancy, good night, and we're happy that you're on tonight.
Thank you, Nancy.
Leslian is saying some people plan their future. The young ones now look for a relationship with money because they have a plan.
Right.
They don't care if the person is married once they get in what they need.
Right.
They achieve what they need. They leave the other person. It's in the thing we seem to not worry about faithful.
Right.
They living day by day.
That's
Izama is saying they say money is the root of all evil, but being broke doesn't sound so holy to me. Jason is saying, I'm sorry, but I'm not sharing my relationship. Before I cheat, I will end the relationship. You understand?
Right.
So
And I agree with that. End the relationship before cheating. That's why, as I said, I felt victimized because I did not step out. I stayed and suffered, and then it was like, So for me, I think that it's really important to understand the dynamics of all of these different types of relationships, because again, it's really a contract between the two people and what works for them and what doesn't.
Right.
So. But I completely get it. And also, again, coming from a Muslim background,
right.
I also feel differently about it because I've been used to seeing a one man marry multiple wives
Right.
and have very fruitful relationships with them. Right? So because of it, I think the idea doesn't seem so foreign to me, even though I wouldn't do it.
Right.
It's
And
like
you grew up in
and
it.
I grew up seeing it. I grew up in it. Like this is just what you do.
Right. And
so.
this is saying he just listening to gain some knowledge.
Okay. Yeah,
No
you do
problem.
that. That's wonderful.
Yeah, but
Bowl of
but I am also saying too, in this present age, there is a lot of people who have been married for years and they're not together.
Correct. Right.
They're in it for some
Of the kind
something
of
that
contract
meets
reason.
the need.
Right. Right.
Right? It don't necessarily have to be love. You understand? But they're there
Right.
for the children,
True.
for a roof over the head.
Right.
Sometimes it's for the livings.
And look at when Junie said that some women can't make it on their own. Like, I think when women are cheated on, even if they continue the relationship, I always believe a woman is planning. She's always scheming. She's always plotting until she gets that oomph to leave or to do something back. So I think what happens when men, or when those happen to women, and it seems like, oh, you allowed this, or you're still with him, I think that in the back of their mind, they're always trying to wonder, okay, when is the best move to make, in relationships? Because then when they actually are making that decision, it always seems
I feel
like
that's only for strong-minded women.
I feel like women are better cheaters than men.
okay,
Exactly.
I can agree to
It's
that.
always been that way.
You're
I
never
agree.
gonna
It's always
know.
been that
I
way.
think
that's
You're
true.
not shaking
Because
your head
men
like
always
that,
get in the
Dane,
find
you're
out
not
you
shaking
see.
your head like
I
that.
think
Yeah,
men
because
are
men-
messy.
Yeah.
They don't know how to
Wait,
handle
I have
conflict.
a question for the panel now.
Okay.
Lesbian is saying, my question to the panel, when we are having sexual relationship with more than one person, how exciting does it feel? Well, I would start first.
Oh,
I
leave this to me to
would
last.
say that it doesn't really feel exciting really, because every action is a reaction. right? And it's not necessary. Sometimes you go in it for an exciting venture. You know, this person, sometimes things happen. We think, act like a woman, act like a woman, think like a man, or whatever it is like that. Because sometimes people in relationships and sometimes your partner, they don't give you the attention that you need. So having two partners now, right? You might have a friend, and this friend is you're stimulating. You understand? And one thing leads to another. When your partner not complimenting you, hi, or asking you, hi, how was your day? A simple thing like, hi, how was your day? How are you doing today? No, people get very stagnant and boring in relationships.
Exactly.
Very complacent. I'm telling you straight up. So it's not necessary when a woman have two men, right? It's about the pleasures, really. Sometimes one give one than the other not giving. So it's the scale is always unbalanced, always tipping, because the person who you have not complimenting you, not appreciating you, don't open doors for you, take you out, and all these kind of, it's all different things. But you know what? It works both ways, but to come back to Leslie's question, I would say that every action is a reaction. And again, what my heart don't see, my eye wouldn't grieve. But when this eye see, it will grieve. So payback is a bitch. Just remember that. Go ahead, Philla.
I wanted to comment on that.
Okay, next. Who's next?
Go ahead.
Let's hear from a male point of view.
Yes.
Coming from somebody, right? So I live with somebody that I didn't have sex for 9 months, right? And that would never been me. I would never allow that to happen. If that happened to me in the past, it was like, okay, where the next girl? You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
so
why did you stay for the 9 months without having?
I tried to do something. That was my ex-fiance, and I was trying to be somebody different. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to be out there or anything like that. Try to give the benefit of the doubt. You want to say that?
Right.
But even though I was feeling like she was out here, she was out here having sex with other men. Right. Well, one particular man, I should say.
Right.
But
you was getting cheated on.
But I wind up finding out, I felt it.
You was getting it, but you was in denial.
I was in denial.
It happens to us.
No,
Go ahead.
you cheating. Were you going out
No.
there?
No, he said he didn't have
No, I
sex.
didn't. That's why I feel stupid. Because I was not the old me.
Right.
If I was the old me, it would have never happened.
No.
I was trying to be a good fiance and all that.
Right.
So I feel like this. If you have a feeling, go do what you do. Like Dane said, you cheat.
Well, that was the past to me, eh?
Listen,
I don't
no, past, present, future.
No.
If I feel it in my bones,
Yes. Move on.
But I do think also about the feeling. Sometimes the feeling could be paranoia.
I'm 99.9% like Maurice said. I feel it in my. Did I feel it most of the time when I feel things in my gut? Don't it be true?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So if you feel it in your bones and you feel like the person is not good, listen, man. I understand sex is not everything in a relationship. I'm not saying that.
Correct.
But it's a big part of the relationship. So if you're not having sex,
it's dead. Your relationship is dormant. It's dead. There's no feeling if sex is not involved in the
So
relationship.
coming back to the point where you said in the first, when you started, if there's no sex in the relationship, is it okay for her to go outside and you to go outside?
Right.
And you all come back together and you
no,
all
I just
understanding
now,
amongst
before I might have said that, but now it's more of listen, let's just part ways because our sexual relationship is not on the same path.
I don't agree with that. I think you could have a relationship without sex.
I agree.
Right.
Because
Marriage or all around.
Relationship.
Whether or marriage or not.
yeah, marriage or not. Because it's just like Dane saying, then if that's the case, I think there are people who they might not be having sex, but when they come together, they might find like emotional stability.
Correct.
They laugh, they have fun, they know
Right.
each other, they watch movies. Like,
You
and
travel,
that's
you
cool.
do
Right,
things,
right.
you
They
know.
might not be
Yeah.
sexually attracted
Active,
to
right.
each other,
But they're friends.
Let
But
me-
you're
let me
friends.
give
You
you-
and
become
share
friends.
their life together.
Together, yes.
So they're married, you want access to my money,
Right.
but
Right.
I think like that could happen. I would
It
believe that
can.
happens.
Shadi, I
Yeah.
want to admit to you, I had a best friend where literally we go to open school night together. Every time we talk, we say we. This is a female, right? To the point where the teachers used to think we were lovers, and I was like, no, that's just my best friend. But she used to satisfy everything in me. Besides, so literally, sex was just
She
for
wouldn't have been
my
around
children's
if I was
father. That was the only reason
She wouldn't
why.
have been around if I was
That's
around.
it. That's all he served.
Like,
I didn't ask him for
what is-
anything. She would pick
what
up my
is-
kids from
Right.
school.
She
used
was
to
a
pick
good
up-
friend.
She was an awesome friend, and I had pleasure in knowing it was such satisfaction being with her, friends with her.
Good friendship.
Yes, exactly. And I literally did not need my children's father. Like
Yeah.
he was just like, oh, it's only because I'm not attracted to women. That's the only reason why he's there. That's
Yeah, I
literally
feel
the
like
only
this-
reason. And I think he felt that. He felt like I didn't need him, and he was threatened by this friend. And that was like, so I do agree with you. So imagine if you had a partner that you experienced all of these things except for sex.
Right.
You could be satiated in different ways. You don't have to only be satiated with penetration.
That's why
I have
with
a
your
question.
mate, you give
Yeah, okay.
everything.
Hold on,
so you
pause.
won't have that issue.
Okay, pause. Let's get some question because it's getting long here.
But I
Lesbian.
think that's what it turns into when you get older. Because at some point you ain't gonna be having sex like how you used to.
Right.
So then what you gonna do? Look at each other and
Who
laugh.
you talking to? Me? Not
No.
me.
Keep bringing
75
facts.
and you still going.
No, 75, we're going to work it out. We're gonna find something. By that time, they're going to have some type of medicine or
Okay,
whatever.
so Lesbian is saying some women give up easily, especially if they've been in relationship for a very long time. Nancy, correct only because you jump out the pot and into the fire. Women stay because every one of us has flaws. Couples want to change each other even if they met you in a social environment, but they don't want you to go out all of a sudden. June is saying not a good feeling. So who winning here? Nobody. Tit for tat relationship cannot fix. Terrian is saying, I feel like men get boring in a relationship. That's why they cheat, vice versa. Nancy saying relationship is like a plant. You have to water it, give it sunlight.
Right.
Ines is saying you should get an award. I wonder for who? Which one?
Who?
I don't know. Keisha, it's true. Stagnant relationship happens a lot, but it's important to remember the why you both get together.
Right.
Lesbian is saying, okay, I hear the panel, but my opinion on this is for you seeking sex outside the relationship, and then you shouldn't be in one cause guess something is missing. Time to move on. Ines is saying 9 months. Oh, that's for you, Kwan. 9 months? Nah, not
See?
working.
See?
Good night, Phil and viewers. Sex
Right,
is
who said that? Nancy, right?
Yeah, Nancy
See,
saying that.
Nancy, you're right.
Yeah, Juanita is saying good night,
Stupid.
Phil on the planet. Nancy saying
you.
sex is important. Terrian is saying I agree because sex is not a factor. Lesbian is saying no sex, then we are buddies, not in a relationship. Nancy is saying opposite sex, after a while you need stimulation. Nancy is saying free up, kiss up. Ines is saying speak for yourself, I'm old. Jason is saying if you're in a relationship is built on sex, of course it's not going to
Correct.
work out.
Correct.
I have a
agree with
question.
that.
Go ahead.
Okay, yes.
Do you believe a male and a female could be very good friends without having a sexual relationship?
Nope.
Yes.
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 I don't.
Yes.
I didn't say y'all. I didn't say
Yes.
y'all. Me personally, I
you
ain't
gotta
Okay,
gonna-
so why?
I have two
Okay.
male friends that I'm very
Okay, so
close
let
to.
me ask you.
We're not doing it.
Let me ask
let
you.
Me, let me not say that. Let me
Yes,
not say that because
yes.
I've had close friends that
Okay.
I haven't had sex with.
Yeah.
So I can't say.
Could you sleep on a bed with a female that is your friend and don't have sex?
Yes.
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 I wouldn't try it, so I wouldn't even put myself in that predicament.
You know the
Okay,
answer
most of
to
the
that.
panel here,
put
Terrian is
myself
saying
in that
yes,
predicament.
June is saying yes, Tia is saying yes,
Yes.
Ines
people
is saying
you
hell
know-
All
no.
the women saying it, right?
Right, but Ines, why? You
Because
saying
we
hell
could
no?
have-
Why,
we could have
Ines?
a good male friend.
Women
Yes.
are different, though. I feel like women are
But then
more
you're
emotional.
But men is
than-
going to have a
than-
problem
than-
if you have a very close male friend.
Mhm.
Some men, not all, it's going to have that problem because they're going to. The mind is racing. You know why? Because
I'm
they
your
know what
friend.
they're doing. They know
know
what
they're
doing.
doing. Exactly.
That's why
So
they don't want you
listen,
to have a close male friend.
Tia is saying I have
But men
platonic
talk to
friends.
Women don't talk to women.
Kerry saying sex is important. Nancy, yes, I have mostly male friends. Malawi, yes. Janesta, yes. Ennis, yes. Nancy, yes. Female also, yes.
I believe that.
Yes, some house,
Yeah.
not same bed. Same house.
See?
Yes, she's saying yes.
See?
Same house, not same bed. But June, I had a best friend, male friend, and him and I sleep on that bed and there was no attraction.
Yeah.
So I could do it. I don't know. If you're not attracted, then we sleeping on the same bed. I don't have a problem.
And you also can be attractive and still not do it
Do it,
because
yeah.
your
You
mind,
see,
it's
this
still
is
a
why-
mind thing.
This is why
I
I'm
got attractive
you
male
see,
friends,
This is why
and
I
they're
make
not,
sure that I
they're
put
not
my
trying
best
to
foot
poke me.
everything.
So-
Sex,
so Keisha-
friends.
So
I make
Keisha,
you feel good, so I ain't gotta worry about none of that.
so Keisha is saying yes. However, boundaries must be in place.
Somebody sleep on top of the sheets.
Leslie is saying when we begin a
Seems like a
relationship, Leslie is saying when we begin relationship, we court each other for about 1 year. The woman has a child and her sex drive changes. Now the man is accustomed to a lot of sex. Now we're not given that attention, right? Tell what you think will eventually happen.
Yeah,
He's
somebody's
gonna cheat.
yeah.
June is saying, I
agree.
think men think different. They do.
They do.
Janesta is saying, my best friend is a male and have been friends for over 30 years, never had sex. June say, I can do that, but something might poke me.
Okay, June.
See what I mean?
June.
See what I mean? You see what I mean? See?
No, but Kwan,
Yes, man.
you could have, like with your exes, so you can't be friends with your exes either?
She understand it. I told Philla this, right? I'm the type of person, right? If you're you're ex for a reason. So for the respect of my woman, that's just me. That's just personally me. I don't knock anybody for being friends. I don't befriend my exes like that. That's just my personal.
If you have kids.
That's my.
If you have kids.
If you have kids.
Huh?
If you have kids,
with the
children.
The kids with them? Yeah, I don't befriend them either. Oh, what we need to do is talk about the kid. We don't have to be friends, but everything has to do about the kid. But no, we have a mutual relationship. That's it. That's different than friends. We're not hanging out.
Dane, how you feel about it?
That.
How you feel about
Me
it?
personally, I'll keep talking. You understand? I'm gonna keep it mutual.
Shadrack,
mutual, that's
Shadrack,
it.
what
No,
you think
mutual,
about
I
that?
understand.
Wait, what we talking
It's
about?
not really mutual with the
if you-
people.
if
You have a child with the
If
next
you have
one.
an ex, will you?
I know one of my business partners, he have an ex who is his child mother, and before they were rough. But now he actively tried to make it good for the sake of the child. So they go out for dinner. He have his girlfriend to the side, but he goes out for dinner with the ex. They good.
Blended
People see them in
family.
public, they
Blended family.
I mean,
Yeah.
I stay at my ex and his wife's house whenever I go to California. It saves me a lot of money.
They went to a wedding and the ex was
I
there,
have
the
no
girlfriend
problems
was
with it.
there.
Right.
When I was talking to Quan, he found that so he was flabbergasted. Like, what you mean you at your ex's
They
house?
talked about that in the breakfast
And he
club
was
today.
like,
Can you buy a
You
house
you sure
across
you
the
guys
street
know
from
do
your-
stuff
your
together? I was like,
ex-spouse?
no, ill. Like, no, that's my ex.
No.
But we are civil.
No.
There's no issue. Our kids are grown.
I don't
It's
trust
like
no man
it's
like
not
that.
that serious.
I don't
It
trust men
really,
around
really
my
is not
woman.
that serious.
It's
But
just
Kwan, that you have to trust
And
somebody.
you can still help, you know.
No.
So
Not
like,
everybody
for the
wants to
house
sleep
and-
with
Listen,
your woman.
I'm going to
though.
Save
therapy
me like
for this.
$1,000 in Calabasas.
I'm
to
going
get
to
in a
therapy
hotel.
for this.
I'm like, thank
Yeah.
you very
Listen,
much.
well,
Let me
I'm
stay in your son's
going to
Kwan.
therapy for this.
Kwan, you could be friends with your exes.
Yeah,
I
you
am
could be
friends
friends
with
with
most
your
of my exes. The ones
Me
who
too.
I'm not friends with, they are X, double X, 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 X.
Listen,
You understand?
Phyllis, you're a trustworthy woman, though.
No, but still, I believe in
All women.
building boundaries.
All women are
You-
not trustworthy. Are you serious?
But you
I
don't
think it's a
believe.
healing
Most?
point.
But
Most?
yeah, Kwan,
once
I
you
think
get
it's
to that
a healing point.
then you're like, oh, you know what? He was my ex. I
Correct.
really hope you find somebody that
Peace.
matches you.
No,
Yeah.
I listen.
It's
I'm
all
doing.
about
Listen,
peace. It's
listen.
all about
I'm not.
peace.
Listen.
Yeah.
I don't knock anybody for that, yo. I just have a trust issue with certain.
So you need
things. 'Cause I've
therapy.
been-
Just continue doing therapy.
No, I still do therapy.
No, I'm just saying, you know,
Because-
you can't think like that, Kwan. We're in 2020,
23.
23. We're in the
See?
2020s right now.
See?
Okay. Kerry saying it's all in trusting. Juanita is saying I'm friends with my ex. Lesbian saying men in the beginning bring you flowers, take you to the movies,
Court you,
out to party,
and they dump
and
you.
gathering,
I still do that,
and then
girl.
he
You go-
start hanging out with the new friends, and his focus changes. Now the woman feel neglected, and this start to change. Nancy saying it's who you are as a person. June is saying yes. I'm good with most of my exes. The other ones just salty.
Yes.
Listen, like I told you before, you know, the only reason I told you about that, the not trust issue, because the closest people
Yes.
is the ones that hurt me the most
Right.
in my life. So
True.
that's why I've had these trust issues.
Right.
Like my last child's mother, she, you know, she had sexual relations with our son's godfather. So
Yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not mentally prepared.
Wait, you going
That's it.
Godfather was your
God,
friend?
the godfather was my best friend's cousin.
So it traumatized you.
So, but
Yes.
this has happened prior,
Right.
where one of my best friends slept with one of my women. So I'm like this. So I apologize, but I don't apologize. Y'all gonna take me how it is?
Right. Yes,
All
a
that.
work in progress.
But listen, it doesn't stop me from still being good to my woman.
Right.
I'm not. It didn't put me to the point where I'm be like, you know what? I'm just gonna just do this. I actually trust her, so it's not like I don't. I just don't
Nancy
trust a lot of
saying,
men.
Nancy saying you had a traumatic history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Leslie is saying, okay, don't beat up on Kwan. We all have different personalities.
Thank you.
So before we agree to be in a relationship,
Yeah, this
get
is
to
our-
know your partner. Get to know your partner.
Right.
We commit too early in a relationship before we find
How to be
if
compatible.
we are compatible. And let me tell you something. That is so
True.
true,
So
Leslie. And you're preaching tonight.
That was good. Leslie and I wanted to say that I saw actually I want to send it to you guys. I'm going to send it in the chat. There was this poet who said that before you get in her mind, you get in her drawers first. Because one, she wants to know if she's even compatible with you sexually. What happens is that women hold out, trying to hold it, right? And then they find out they're not sexually compatible, and then the breakdown already happens, right? And I just found that to be a really interesting phenomenon to say, you're not going to penetrate my mind. It's okay you penetrate me because this is just my body. That's not my soul, in a sense. So we could talk about that the next,
Yeah.
right? But,
Yeah.
Yes, but that's interesting that you said that.
Yeah, but Leslie, and that was a good one. Alice
Very
saying
good.
night, I'm so late, just got in.
Yeah,
Don't
man,
worry,
you
Alison.
missing out.
Yeah, we'll get it on YouTube. Yeah, and it's not. And it's saying Kwan knows how to pick that. Kwan just had a terrible experience
Never
as a
again.
man. As a
Never
man.
again. See, at least I didn't treat women messed up after that. You know what I'm saying? I still
Nancy
was
saying,
good,
vet the
somewhat.
partner because I will never sleep with my friend's
Yes,
ex-boyfriend,
this one is
sister, boyfriend,
The next
morals and principle we are lacking. Lourdes is saying Caribbean people
Yeah.
were never taught to date.
That's true.
Okay, can we say that louder for the people in the back?
Amen.
Yep.
I agree.
Caribbean
Africans
people
in there too.
were never taught to date.
No,
Okay,
just get into the
Kwan, what
relationships.
is your version of dating? This is interesting. Go ahead.
Dating?
Yes.
You see?
Yeah, let me hear.
Foreign too.
Because I heard I was watching the breakfast thing, and
This
they were
morning?
talking. No, not this one. The one in Trinidad, and they were talking about this. That people don't know how to date.
Yeah.
Americans do, but West Indians don't. Let's
Yeah.
hear. Kwan, go ahead.
That's kind of hard, yeah.
Okay, Dane.
What do you call dating?
Yeah. I will say dating is I don't know.
It's so sad.
That's you.
I feel
Right.
like dating is like the first interview if you're applying for a job. So if
Yeah,
you're
yes.
no, it is.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
you go, you realize, okay, this person look interesting. You have a little vibe there. You want to get to know them. You ask them out on a date. The first date could be different levels. If you know the person for years, it could be more high level where you do a nice little dinner, you soiree, you twirl, or you might be more mature. But if you're just on a scene, it could be that you go, you meet up for drinks.
Courting.
You're courting, it have courting dates,
Courting
and then it
dates.
have like I wanna
Right.
lock you down kind of dating.
Right.
So I feel like dating is like the first stage
She was saying what is
before you
Get serious.
and then sometimes with dating, you know, you know you might be interested, but it's really just a feel out because
Right.
sometimes you might be
Vet your
you might
partner.
be
This is
talking
what
to somebody
Nancy's saying.
online, or you might know somebody, but when you really sit down with them in a
Right.
different
Have a
way,
conversation.
you're like, what the hell?
Turn
You
off.
realize
They're
don't
not
want that
compatible.
you realize they're
Yes.
unattractive,
Yeah.
Right.
or you can realize that they're more attractive.
Yeah.
Or they
Right.
say
Yeah.
something
Or
that
they
you,
say
or say
something
something
that
and be
turns
like,
you
what?
off.
Yeah.
Right.
Talking,
Oh,
and
well,
then
this
you
is-
talk.
Give me the check.
This is
Or
my
they-
version
or
of
Okay,
you
wait,
realize
hold
that
on.
they smell, they don't know how to dress.
Yes,
That
yes.
is true.
It's true.
I believe
It's
that.
true.
Lesbian is saying, Kwan, you love too fast. I disagree. June is saying, I don't really know about this dating thing.
Right.
I don't know much about it too, so I'm learning tonight. Caribbean people are very active and love partying, so sex will happen for young, and
young.
it depend from young, and it will depends on your upbringing, cause it know who you dated and got married. So
Listen,
June say,
I didn't know none of this.
I
This
wait,
happened at the end.
before we finish,
Mhm.
I know
I know,
talk. What she say?
I
I
know
know-
taking,
I know.
talking.
I know talking for hours on the phone, getting to know each other, laughing. Then you get together, make dinner, and whatever else
that's
could
nice.
be months. Okay,
It's true.
all right, go ahead, Philla.
Okay, no, I was going to say same thing with Africans. Like, I've never dated. My first relationship, 3 years. Second relationship, 20 years. Third relationship, 13 years. And fourth relationship, a year and a half. There is no dating. There's just you get in it, you're in it, you stay in it, and then you eventually leave because of whatever the reason is. So I never had the opportunity to say, hey, we're just going to go to movies, we're going to go dinner, try it with Tom, try it with Dick, try it with Harry. Nope, never happened. It's just that one person who took me to movies, next thing you know, they're my boyfriend, next thing you know, I'm in a relationship. So it's like, it's the cycle continues to repeat because we're not taught that it's okay to date and people don't frown upon it. Because think about it, when you grow up in a society where if you're seen with multiple men,
Yeah,
you're like, what's wrong? They're having sex with them first of all,
yeah.
and then you're loose.
But you don't have to
So
have sex.
no, I'm saying
we
just
the culture,
the look.
culture,
Oh,
culture,
Because
you
no
know.
one is thinking you're not.
Yes.
They're just thinking, hey,
Hey, she with this
every
one,
time
that
you
one, the
weren't
other
you
one.
just with Bob
Yeah.
last week?
But
And
She's the
Richard
next
this
man
week?
again.
Right.
She's a hoe.
So it's just that kind of weird, like, okay,
That's just
I
women
guess
say
you're
that.
my boyfriend
Listen,
now.
I don't make,
Right.
I don't make the rules.
So I've never dated before.
But I don't think, to piggyback what she said, I don't think, like, it could be a time, I don't think it should be a time limit on when you're with somebody or not with somebody, because you could take your time dating this person for a long time. So say you date them for 3 years and then y'all get real serious. Stuff still can happen. Even
Anytime you're moving. they
anyway,
change.
any way you do it, it's all on the relationship. So you could be with somebody for 3 years and stuff can mess up. You could be somebody for 3 months and it mess up.
Right.
You know, I'm saying it doesn't. I don't believe in a time limit. It's on how you feel, and I don't tell anybody how to feel in their relationship. If you're happy, I'm happy for you, and that's it. I just say,
Okay, so me now at the age of 52, I have always been in serious relationship. Now at the age of 52, I have a different perspective on relationships. And right now at this age, I'm not wasting time with nobody anymore. The next person that I have in my life,
your husband.
it's going to be my husband.
What's a gun?
I do not want to waste my time anymore getting to know somebody. 3 years you're with them, when you look 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, and you're still there and you're not going nowhere.
Right.
I don't have that time. So for me, anybody coming up
If you're watching,
will be my husband. I am not out for
Inbox
dating. I'm not giving my number.
Like
I'm
and
not
subscribe.
wasting
Like and
time.
subscribe.
You know, you're talking every night and you're picking up my time. No. When you come to me, what do you want? What are you looking for? If you can't tell me what you're looking for, then you are not the right person. I'm just saying, I'm not going to be an old lady, 60 years, dating, 55. I'm done going on to 53. And I told Dane that this tonight. I said, Dane, I'm not going to be an old hoe. I'd rather be with somebody.
And I know she
No,
would say that too.
I'd rather be somebody not married to them and let me just live. You understand? Than going out to give somebody 6 years or 10 years and realize, hey, this ain't for me.
So let me ask you a
Yes.
question. So let's just say you out, right? And so a man come up to you, he find, he interested, and he say, I'm interested in you, I think you look like somebody that I can see myself with. Do you want to go out for a drink? And he passes his number, however, or he say, could I have your number? What would that mean?
Well, I don't know. Right now, I'll bring it to the panel of the girls because that's what I've been doing regular these days, right, Shadrack? I've been, all right? And we're going to discuss it first, if it's worthy or not, right? So let me tell you, these days, I'm getting a lot of people being in my messengers, all right? And inbox. But, I and my DMs and things, I just not interested right now. You know what I mean? Then last week, you have a guy and he's trying to talk down my ass, shut him down. Then last week I went out, I had a Vinci down in my ass, But right now your auntie really not open to look. I'm happy with my life right now.
Listen.
I just not going to play no game and talk to nobody. Plain and simple.
I just think knowing you for this little while that I know you deserve somebody good.
And I'm waiting.
You know what I'm saying?
Patient.
Hopefully God will bring him down.
Yes.
And be like, listen, this is a good, wholesome Christian woman here.
No, but I'm telling you, I'm just not at 52. I'm not open anymore to dating nobody. You understand? I'm not open
You're not
to
doing it like the young people
No.
in an open relationship.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm too old for that. You understand? And I ain't not going out with this one, that one, the other one. My time is precious. I like to sleep. So I am not wasting. You have to go and dress up. Then you're going to meet this one. Then you realize this ain't working. From the time you open your mouth, I will know if I want to have a conversation with you or not. Else, keep it moving. I'm serious. You understand? All right.
I want to answer a question with
ahead.
Ines. Ines said, long time,
Yes.
people used, before phones, we used to go to the movies and park and beaches. We used to go to the movies, park and beaches with friends. Everybody.
Yes.
It's not just one person. You're going to the movies, you and who you like, and all the friends. And same thing with the parks. It wasn't like, it was like a, I don't know how old Ines is. It wasn't like,
It's mature.
it's not to say that you're going to the park and it's you and you boo alone. It always have people around.
Right.
So
It's not
I
like
wasn't really dating.
there's only me time, right? Okay.
And Kerry saying, yes, I agree. These West Indian men, sometimes they don't know how to date. Some of them too damn cheap. The cheap.
It's
I'm
true.
telling you the
It's
cheap.
true.
Right.
Loris is saying, is there a thing with you meet in a dance and most person never even spend quality time? Leslie saying, yes, situation changes relationship. Nancy saying, I agree. Don't like time limit. It's going to work. Anthony Glory, not happy. Preach, girlfriend. I love it. Yes, preach it, Phyllis. Dating, your energies being their psychology. It's true.
Yeah.
I have a limit. I will not date for long. You have a year to know if you want a future and marriage. I'm not shocking. Me too. Joke is joke. Me too. Me too. Waiting. Oh my God. Shocking. Keep it moving. I dated. No. I'm living my life. Love, laughter, fun, people. Dying in the heart best. So time to travel, explore, and see what our
You're right.
what is out there. And Leslie, you're so
Good
right.
job.
You understand? Because I think people now take you for granted.
Yep.
And what is the sense of being with somebody 5 years and you
Right.
still just dating this person? They have no
Right.
respect for you.
And I think we as
You know?
women,
We have to set limits.
try to stick with what we know. So
Yes.
from the Caribbean, we hold on to these Caribbean men.
Yes.
Right.
You
Yes.
understand? We're not some of us, we're not exploring.
Yeah.
You understand? Because we
What
know
is?
this culture.
Y'all gonna go a different
But
race?
No. What I'm saying, we know this culture, so easy to just get comfortable within the culture.
But But
we
I,
need to explore.
Yeah.
but I also think, even by kicking back on what you said about West Indian men, is that you know what you're getting yourself into most of
Cheating.
the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, you ain't gonna be on this platform. This is something the West Indian men, yeah?
But most
Black
of
men
them is
don't
true.
cheat, like Charlemagne said.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But listen, I understand that.
I think you're right that you could learn more from outside cultures.
Yes.
Right,
We stick
Yeah.
to what we know. Be
Yeah.
comfortable. We're free to explore.
right.
Yeah, and then we stick there in a rut
But
because
but
and then you know what, Kwan, too, the relationship end up dying when you're with
Right.
these people so long and they're not doing nothing for you.
Right.
You don't even have the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
Your relationship is dead.
Yes,
You
listen,
understand what I'm
there's no
saying? There is
401k,
nothing.
no
And
pension at the
not
end, like-
even freaking
Listen,
kerosene
at a
can
job-
light it back
no
because the
401k,
feeling
no
is not
pension.
there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as me, I have dated my husband for 2 years, just dating. We are married now for 24 years,
Wow.
and
Wow.
we'll be 25 on the 12th of September. God bless your
Congratulations.
union. We were to,
Congratulations.
and they were together for 38
Yo, you
years.
find a diamond in the rough.
You
'cause that don't
find,
happen like
yes.
that.
Hello, I don't even have that anymore. Now these island men can put it up and down, but that's not all a woman need. True.
No.
I don't care if
Some.
it takes 10 men before I find the right one. Well, life goes on. I'm not with it how I'm going to look a mess. I am exploring. Lord is saying awesome. But
Nice.
it's truth, you know. But women, I think we have to take accountability
Right.
for our actions and love yourself first,
First.
as everybody said
Because you
tonight.
have to teach people how
You
to
know,
love you when
and
you
you
do
could
it.
teach other people to love you. Because right now, that man who come in next, trust me. Hello, God done know already. Right? A
But
little
I feel
laughing,
I feel like everybody deserves love.
Yes.
You know, I don't feel like nobody do not deserve love. You should be happy, especially if you're a real good person
Yes.
and you haven't really had real love in your life.
Yes.
I feel like you deserve real love in your life.
And I don't know what that is like. But Janesta is
Now we're
saying,
gonna get you. Don't worry about that.
Janesta is saying, I was in a relationship for 11 years and things didn't work out because we never take time to get to know each other. So now I start dating this new guy. It's first year now, never sex and getting to each other. And I'm getting married next. Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes,
What's wrong?
girlfriend.
No year for no sex. That's what she said.
Yes.
1 year she's dating.
That's
One
outside,
year,
but she's
1
gonna
year
get
she
married.
dating and
So she
no
got to
sex.
know the person.
Yeah, she get to know
Beautiful.
the person because we women like a close pin. Sometimes you squeeze we head and we
Listen,
like
listen,
to
I
open
don't
too fast.
discriminate or anything. I don't.
Well, I'm just
I don't-
saying, Kwan.
I can't. I'm sorry. I
No, when we
apologize,
getting
yo.
older, you want different things. Dating is like for Shadrack age, but when you're 50,
Open
No, but
relationship.
I think that's natural with life though, because
Yeah.
when you're younger, you're still trying to figure out yourself.
Right.
But when you age and you know exactly what you want and
Yes.
what you don't want,
Yes.
then you really don't need to sit down and have somebody talk. Like
Listen,
1, 6
but
days.
Yes,
but
yes.
you also,
know from,
but
as you say, from
yeah,
the
but
time
you
you come out, you
also
must
can
know
want
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
if it's a fit or not. You know?
Yes.
You also can want something at a young age, and you just don't meet the right person at that young age. You know, you could sit here and say, oh, like you know, plenty of people done said, oh, I want this many kids, or I want a husband or a wife at this age, or whatever, this and that, and it sometimes it just doesn't work out
It
like
have
that.
some young
It's
marriages.
some young
that's
marriages.
Yeah,
Right, that's
yeah,
young
it have some
marriage, right.
marriages
It's
work.
a
Yeah,
maturity level.
Right.
too.
yeah, exactly. It's the maturity
It's
level.
always it's a right person, right time.
Yeah, Lourdes is saying, I think women are waking up. That's why you are not seeing a lot of girl trips. Yes, it's true. Lesbian is saying there's someone for everyone. They may not be there when you want, but it's coming. Amen.
Amen.
Nicole is saying, enjoy life. Do you while we waiting. You will know when it's the right person. Yes, yes, yes. So this was good, guys.
It was excellent. Thank you so much. Our
Thank you,
panel.
Shadrack. Thank you, Dane.
Shirley.
Thank you,
Dane.
Kwan. Thank you,
Kwan.
Philla.
Thank you, fellas.
Thank you. You know, hey, you know, guys, we keep it real
We do.
on Motivational Monday, and this is just real life experience, and we just, you know, we just keep it real.
Right.
You know, and everybody have a different way of thinking, but as I said, for me, growing older now, there are things I'm going to accept, and there are certain things I'm just not going to accept.
Right.
And right now, nobody's going to waste my time in 2020.
If you got anybody on the chat, make sure
Yeah.
that you
You're not
look for somebody
wasting-
right for
Yeah.
Phyllis.
You're not
If you don't come correct,
Yeah.
don't
Go
waste money. Yo.
She's not gonna be a hoe at 60.
No, I'm not going to be a hoe at 60, so no.
That's cute.
Ah.
You have to open up. You have to. You have
Phyllis,
to.
you can't be down in a man like that all the time. You gotta open up, Phyllis.
You have to
You know what I'm
talk.
saying? You're too much of a good person to not open up, yeah?
Yes, open.
You could be missing your blessings.
You know,
Okay, I will
Alright.
take your advice.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. What's the
Alright.
new year coming? 2024? Who knows?
Yes.
Yes,
We still got like 6 months in this year, yo. You talking about- Yo, she said, forget about 2022.
Hey, what June said? Don't open up, laugh it up loud. I need to be on that panel.
Yes.
I've been. Oh, Joanne is saying she's been with her husband 42 years
Hey.
and married him for 30. Yes,
My
Joanne.
brother.
Yes.
Well, what's up with all this brother stuff, yo? Y'all always asking this question.
Here, Lord, I can't with you, Phyllis. Laughing out loud. I was saying I agree with him, Phyllis. Yeah. Great forum, great topic,
Thank
very
you.
interesting.
Yes.
Nice, guys. Do enjoy the rest of your week. Good vibes. And it's saying, don't let Kwan get nobody for you.
Well, listen, I was hurt.
Ah,
I
God.
was traumatized.
Hey, let me tell you, life is short and we have to live, laugh, and love. And I enjoy every friends that I have and the friendships that I have. I keep them
Amen.
very near and dear.
Right.
You know, I'm just saying that, we have to know what we want, set our boundaries,
Right.
and you know what you want. As I told Dane again, I'm not going to be a hoe at 60. I'm not going to be dating at that age. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's true.
Yeah.
Over and over.
No, then I'll just live for Jesus.
That's it. That's your boyfriend.
That's it.
Jesus
Yeah.
has
But I'm
somebody.
not going to be dating at that age. No, I'm not doing it. You know,
I got you.
life is too short.
It is.
Sicknesses,
Need to be
diseases,
happy.
time wasting. No, you're not wasting my time.
Okay.
I wasted enough. I'm
So
52.
So you plan on going out of your race?
Yes.
Is it
I'm
all
not-
Caribbean?
It don't have not all
Just
Caribbean.
a good human being.
Yeah.
That's all. Loving
Yeah.
and God fearing.
God fearing. Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
All right. Well,
All right.
we accept and we receive it in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
This topic wasn't even
It-
about me either.
I know.
Yeah, but like it ended up too. Anyhow,
Wow, well, we
love in the house, so let know we just
enjoyed this conversation. We love our panel. We thank you so much. We definitely
Yeah.
need to do more of this.
Yeah.
Please continue to send your ideas, text Phyllis, send it to Facebook. If you have my information, you send it. I mean, we are willing to always share because each one teaches one.
Yes.
And, this is
And we
what
have a
do.
topic I sent for Philla coming up.
Right.
It was dating after 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Dating
Right.
after 40s.
Right.
What you want, what you don't want. So
right.
we're gonna come with that one. That
Yeah.
one was very interesting.
Yes.
You know?
Not gonna be
So we're
all
gonna look.
hope.
Yeah. All right. So love in the
Yes.
house, guys.
Love, guys.
Have a blessed and wonderful
Blessed
night.
week.
Mwah, mwah.
And
So,
Saturday.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Forget vlog.
Yes. Okay, guys. On Saturday is my 19th annual barbecue blessing. It's $50 with a premium bottle. Premium.
Not
And food and finger foods and DJs and we have rhythm section.
Everything.
Yeah, just come and just have fun. And,
And the theme
it's a denim
is
affair.
Denim.
Yeah.
I'll be there
It's a
early.
denim affair. Okay, so love in
Alright.
the house.
Love.
See you guys Saturday.
Saturday.
Please God. And you know I have no behavior. Anyway.
No behavior in the engine room.
Have a blessed
Love
night,
you guys.
guys. Love
Bye,
in the
guys.
house. Bye. Afyia, great panel. Blessed night. Look at
Afyia.
that.
She's just a
I
baby
thought you
there.
were at the door, Afyia. Afyia, I thought you were at the
She's
door.
like, I don't want to be on the panel.
What? Look you Afyia.
Come on, Afyia. Come on, show your face. Come on,
Afyia, gotta show your face. Come on, Afyia. Show that pretty face. Let everybody know. Love in the house. Love in the house. Gotta move over. Gotta move over.
Afyia.